What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be covering that new edit on release feature that everyone has been so stoked about and why it's actually not as good as what people are saying. It's not good at all actually to use. Me personally, I'm not using it, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. There's actually 5 main reasons why. It's not even like one, deal breaker. There's 5 distinct reasons why this is not a good idea to have on. Let me go over first what it actually does. Confirm it on release. I'm going to turn it on here. I'll hit apply just to make sure that it's on. And so now what this means is that any piece that we go to edit, right, we still have to hit a button to start the edit. So for me, that's X. I'm starting my edit, and so now I'm going to hold down my RT, which is my select button. I'm selecting these 3 squares, and as soon as I let go of my selected button, it immediately confirms. So as you'll notice, my other button to confirm is mapped to B, and so this is what you would use if you did not have this option on. But because I have this option on, when I select, I am not pressing B. I'm just simply letting go of my select button, which for me is RT. And when I do so, it immediately confirms. So again, I never hit the B button to confirm when I have this option on. Now in theory, this should be faster, right? We're no longer having to think about hitting the confirm button. All we have to do is simply let go. So everyone, including myself, before this update was like, this is going to be a great update. This is going to be a great feature to add to the game because everyone's going to be able to speed up their edits. Well, it's actually not the case, and the reason I looked into this so much is that prominent figures in the community such as Shaw or Flea, they've both mentioned on Twitter that they think that double edit binds is still faster than the edit on release feature. So to show proof of their argument, I'm actually going to bring up 5 distinct reasons why this is not a good idea to have on. So first off is ping difference. You can do this yourself, and I highly recommend it because it's very difficult for me to explain and for you guys to feel the effect of ping without actually being in game and hitting the buttons yourself. And so again, I would recommend doing what I'm doing, but just do it by yourself, right? Now let me turn on my camera here, my hand cam. So just to show you, I'm using this button to select the squares, and when I let go of this button, it should then confirm the edits, right? So what I'm gonna do here is edit this just like so. And then just watch my finger and watch the screen and notice the delay, right? There is a slight delay. Again, it's very, very hard to see, but there is a delay. So I personally play on 30 to 40 ping on average. And so what this means is that I think that if you're above like 30 ping, anything above that, you're gonna feel the effects of this greatly. If you're on single digit ping, then I don't think you'll feel it as much, or you shouldn't. However, Shaw is on single digit ping, and he still thinks double edit is better. So who knows, maybe it's even noticeable at that low of ping, but it's certainly noticeable at a higher and higher ping. So then if we go and turn it off, confirm edit on release off, so I use this button to confirm, and I'll just show you. It's faster, right? Do it one more time. This is very difficult whenever I'm moving my hands around. But yeah, again, I'm going to confirm it. It is actually slightly faster to hit this button, hit a different button to confirm, than it is to wait for this button to let go, then wait for your select button to confirm. No matter what button you use, it's going to be slower for you to wait for it to let go than it is to just be ready to hit a different button to confirm. So let me turn this back on, confirm edit on release. So the second issue with this is that, again, it's still 3 functions. What people thought is like, oh, we're solving the issue of like, now you don't have to edit, select, and then you have to hit another button to confirm, so that's 3 functions. Well, if you think about it, you're still doing 3 functions. You're still editing, you're still selecting, and you're still confirming. You're just doing it in a different fashion. Instead of confirming with a button, you're confirming with the letting go of the select button. It's still 3 functions. However, as we proved in the first point, it's based off ping, and so if you hit the button, that's faster than if you wait for a button to let go. For whatever reason, that's how ping works. And so if that's the case, and it's still 3 functions no matter which way we go, use the faster response time according to ping, which in that case is going to be, again, using a button to confirm, not waiting for a button to let go to confirm. Point number 3 is that it's confusing with the reset. Let's say I edited this, right? I edited it, and then now I want to reset it. So when I go to reset, I have to start the edit, and there's no way for me to go about doing this without, first I have to hit my reset button, and then I have to hit another button to confirm. There's no reset on release button. There's no reset on release feature in the settings. It's just not in here. So what that means is that your mind is going to be playing complete games on you. Let me get used to the concept of letting go of my RT, and that confirms it, to now, if I want to reset this, I have to think about hitting that confirm button again. And so it's 2 different concepts that you have to constantly think about. And again, when it gets into those high pressure situations, this is not something that you want to have confused in your mind. And I guarantee you it's going to be very, very easy to get confused. So point number 4 is that it's more restricting and it actually causes you to have worse aim in some situations. Let's just say for example that I'm in a box, this guy has placed this ramp here, which I'll do a different material, that way you can tell. Okay, someone else is here, he's jumped down and now he's trying to mine in. Confirm edit on release, it is on. So what this means, I'm going to hold this, and now the issue is that if I'm waiting for him to maybe jump down, like let's say he just placed the ramp but he hasn't jumped down yet, right? So let's say I'm just waiting for him, right? I have to stay here. I can't look down here because then now this edit is messed up. If I try to confirm this, it's not going to work. However, if I have this off, then what this means is that I can hold this and then I can just be ready. I can confirm, bam, I'm already looking where I need to be looking. Does that make sense? My reticle is in a more ready position to go in any direction that he's at versus being stuck up here in this corner. I confirm here and now I gotta go all the way over here just to find him, or all the way, I mean maybe I get lucky and he lands here, but what if he lands all the way over here? If I'm ready here, I can get to that a lot faster than if I'm ready up here. I gotta go all the way over here. It's just not an optimal place to hold your edits. Now let me turn it back on here, and what this does now, like I was just saying, it's not just restricting in box fights, it's gonna restrict your building and just the way that you do everything, right? So let's say that you're doing this famous, you know, you walk up here and you turn it. Now you have to hold the RT down and then time that perfectly to where it, you know, does this, and then you can start the next edit, right? If you're using the button format, you don't have to be holding it. You can just wait and then boom. You can perfectly time that with the button. It's so much harder to time the release. And again, because of the ping difference, you're gonna be more accurate with your timing if you use the button than if you're waiting for your select button to release. So number 5 is a little confusing to explain, but it has, again, a lot to do with the ping difference. Let's say we're trying to time this edit with having the feature off. You can literally just always do this. There's never going to be a time where we really miss it. Like, it's so much easier to time this because as soon as this lights up, we just hit the other button. But if we're trying to time this perfectly with the release, then we're having to play with the game and the time it takes for it to register that I'm releasing my button, and I'm trying to time that release perfectly right here. That is so hard to do compared to just as soon as it lights up, bam, I hit a different button. This is so much easier to do than timing this perfectly. What you're going to find is if you keep trying to do this edit with the feature on, then you're going to have a lot of edits in which you just fail. So basically the concept here is that you'll have more failed edits if you have the feature on. Now one thing that's interesting to note is that if you have the feature on, then you actually have the option, just to show you that it's on, confirm edit on release is on. You still have the option like I showed at the beginning. You can still confirm with the B button, right? So first off, let me just do this. I'm gonna let go my select button, and that works. I still have the option though, if I'm still holding it down, if I confirm, it still confirms it. And so what that means is that technically you could play around with that, but again, I would not recommend that because as we discussed in point number 4, it's still more restrictive. But yeah, that is 5 reasons why I personally will not be using the edit on release feature. Let me know down below if these points changed your mind or if you have any counter arguments to my points. I'd love to hear the discussion. Let's make this a talkative subject, right? Like, I'm willing to go back and forth with you guys. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you thought, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.